In my last video, I talked about Elisa Lam and her death, and that was a little time ago. This is about the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. 2017 was only a couple of months ago, so I just couldn't resist doing a video on it. This is a Las Vegas shooting. On the night of Sunday, October 1st, 2017, a gunman opened fire on a crowd of concert goers at Route 91 Harvest Music Festival on the Las Vegas Strip in Nevada, leaving 58 people dead and 851 injured. The gunman this night was 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, who was retired at the time. But what was the point of this shooting, and what drove this man for doing this horrible act? Paddock was born in Clinton, Iowa. The family lived in Clinton at the time, as the eldest of the four sons of Benjamin Paddock. Benjamin was a bank robber who was arrested in 1960 when Stephen was 7 years old. Benjamin was later convicted and escaped in 1969, subsequently appearing on the FBI's most wanted list. Paddock worked as a letter carrier for the US Postal Service from 1976 to 1978. After that, he worked as an Internal Revenue Service agent until 1984. Then he was a federal auditor for 1 year in 1985, focused on defense contractors. He is known to have run a real estate business with his brother Eric. He lived in the Great Los Angeles area and owned personal property in areas including Panama City, Tetritios, and North Hollywood from the 1970s to the early 2000s. He also owned 2 apartment buildings in Hawthorne, California. In addition, he owned an apartment complex in Dallas suburb of Mesquite, which he sold in 2012. Paddock gambled a lot. It's reported that his winnings from his gambling were immense. Paddock was married but had divorced 2 times before. An Australian acquaintance said he met Paddock in the United States and in the Philippines. He described Paddock as intelligent and methodical. In his account, Paddock claimed to have won a lot of money by applying algorithms to gambling on machines. During his last months, he reportedly smelled of alcohol from the early morning. Paddock was reported to have filed prescriptions for anti-anxiety drugs Valium in 2013 and 2016, as well as the highest dose of 10 mg in each in late June 2017. At his suggestion, 2 weeks before the attack, his girlfriend went to her native Philippines. Paddock bought her a surprise airline ticket and soon later wired her £1,000 to buy a house there. He was spotted in Las Vegas with another woman, reportedly by the investigators to be a prostitute. The night. On the night of October 1st, 2017, at 10:05 p.m, Paddock opened fire from his hotel room onto a large crowd of concert goers. On September 25th, 6 days before the shooting, he checked into a room on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. On September 28th, he moved to a corner suite which overlooked the festival grounds, and he stayed there for 3 days. After Paddock killed himself, the police found 23 rifles and 1 handgun inside his room, including 4 DDM-4 rifles, 3 FN-15 rifles, 1 AR rifle, 1 .306 caliber AR-10, 1 AK-47, at least made up to order the LMT rifle, all very expensive according to a law enforcement source. His arsenal included a large quantity of ammunition in special high-capacity magazines holding up to 75 or up to 100 cartridges. The first 2 police officers reached the 32nd floor of the hotel at 10:17 p.m. A minute later, they were shown to the location of his door. Between 10:26 and 10:30 p.m, initial 8 LVMPD officers joined them and began clearing the other suites along the 32nd floor hallway. At 10:55 p.m, 8 SWAT team members entered the 32nd floor during the second stairwell nearest to Paddock's suite. Once all the other rooms on the floor had been cleared, at 11:20 p.m, more than an hour after 2 officers arrived, and 65 minutes after Paddock had ceased fire, the police breached his door with an explosive charge and entered the room. Paddock was found dead inside his suite from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. So that was the history of the shooting of Las Vegas and what drove this man to open firing on innocent people. Like for the next video, and I'll see you all later.